Cleveland Browns have one of the best initial draft classes of this season. Obviously, with guys like now Isaiah Bond, Shador Sanders, throw in Dylan Sampson and Carson Schwesinger and Quinshawn Junkins, Mason. I mean, there are so many really good rookies on this team. And Carson Schwesinger, off his NFL debut versus the Panthers, looked incredible. And what I really wanted to do in this video was kind of break down some of this film. Now, he's got a real talent and a real ability to read, react, and attack off the line of scrimmage. Now, essentially, what I mean by that is watch this play, right? He's going to engage, right? But his eyes are always in the backfield. And instead of trying to overcommit down in this gap, all he's doing is reading the running back. So if he cuts this thing back up this gap, he can disengage and go make a play. And that is kind of what he does right here. Disengages, makes a one-arm tackle. Beautiful job right there. But this is what he showcased the entirety of the game. Now, we're going to break down a ton of film on Carson Schwesinger, and I want to show you exactly why I believe he is the next best linebacker here in the NFL for years to come. And again, one thing I look at in linebackers is read, react, and attack. How well can you do that? This guy can do it extremely well. So before we dive into some more film, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, but comment down below some more players that you are really excited to see during the second week of preseason in that football game that they got coming up, I believe, on Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. So let me know who you're excited to see. With that being said, let's break down Carson Schwesinger and what he adds to Cleveland. All right, here's another one, another big time play. I believe he had 6 tackles in this game. He had a quarterback hurry in just 13 snaps, by the way. Right here, we're going to see a quick double team on the inside, but this guy's job is to get to the second level, right? His job is to clear out this linebacker. That way, when the running back gets the ball, there is a clear hole either to the outside or the inside, depending on how they get rid of Carson Schwesinger on this play. Now, Schwesinger, again, does a really good job making contact, but again, reading the running back, right? He's probably not going to bounce this way. He's probably going to want to bounce this thing to the inside because Carson Schwesinger is getting blocked to the outside. But watch this. He over-dominates this offensive lineman by setting his feet, driving through, and once again, making another tackle. This dude is not normal, right? He's got insane leg strength, but the ability to just make plays, man. See, when I'm looking for a linebacker, these are the guys, the effort level is just off the charts, right? There's no way in the world that Carson should be able to get off this offensive lineman and go make this play. I know there's another guy there at the bottom of this pile that ultimately slows him down. But again, even Carson being close to that tackle is unbelievable. It really, truly is. All right, another big time play. So the first thing we notice about this player is they are lined up in a double mug look. Now, essentially what that means is when they send either 2 linebackers or a linebacker safety, whatever it may be, right? They will line them up over that A gap, right? And that's exactly what they do here. They line them both up. Center is really focused on this left side of the offensive line, but the Panthers combat that by putting their running back, I believe Rico Dowdle, right at that A gap as well. So if Carson and or this linebacker does make it through that A gap initially, right, they have an extra guy there to block, right? So a lot of teams do this. But watch Carson. Not only is he able to get through, both the center and the right guard do a thing where they use their offhand or their away hand to actually stop Carson or try to stop Carson. But because he's got such good leg drive and more strength, right, he's able to pile right through these guys into the running back. Now, when you put a running back on Carson, you're going to get thrown off, which is exactly what happens here, and he goes and makes a play. Now, again, we could sit here and talk all day long about why this was a good play, but whenever you can generate pressure on a quarterback, you can generate one of 5 different scenarios. Either a bad throw, a bad decision, an interception, a sack, a forced fumble, right? And on this play, because they're able to get double penetration here off the edge and up the middle by Carson, we're able to force not only a bad throw, but a risky decision. Obviously, it's just incomplete, but a really bad throw there. And that's all because we were able to generate that pressure through the A-gap and off the edge, forcing him to step up in the pocket. Great disengagement by Carson Schwesinger. And again, gets a nice little quarterback hit. Again, this played 13 snaps. We've watched 3 of them so far, and he's been really good on every single one. How do you get 6 tackles in just 13 snaps, okay? And again, these are starters. This is Bryce Young. This is Rico Dowdle. This is some of the guys who are going to be playing a lot of football for them this season. So it's not like he was going up against the D team of this Carolina Panthers organization, right? Really quickly, guys, hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is completely free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we will be covering the Browns and Shedeur Sanders, Carson Schwesinger, Isaiah Bond, Dylan, everybody, right? Throughout the entirety of not only the preseason, but also the regular season as well. Make sure you join the family, turn on post notifications. That way you're notified every time we post one of these videos. Again, this dude Carson Schwesinger is a different breed when it comes to linebacker, at least in my opinion so far. So this play is interesting. Again, they're going to hand it off here, right? They're going to take it up this right side. Now, you're going to see Carson kind of overcommit. I don't like when linebackers overcommit prematurely to running lanes, just because these running backs, especially the ones that are patient, it will take a little bit to make that decision. But what we are going to notice here from Carson is, yes, he does kind of overcommit to this left side gap. But what's crazy is he actually sees where the running back is. He disengages very quickly. Watch him here, and then boom, pretty much just bounces right off and starts heading to this opposite side hole. Great job here by Carson, and once again, he's in there for the stop. So even when he makes a mistake by over committing to the wrong rushing lane, he also is able to fix it very quickly and get to the right one. Again, I like to see guys who, you know, yes, you make a mistake, but you could still fix it, you can still clean it up, and that's exactly what he does right there. So again, there's another tackle that I was really high on, and here we go again. What is this called, guys? We're lining up over that center, right? We're trying to apply a lot of pressure on the interior of this offensive line, right? We're showing 6. Again, they bring this guy up to the A gap just in case. Now, they're blocking. Well, they actually have a tight end in line as well. So they're 11 personnel. Could block 6 or 7 here. As we fake that double mug, we drop back into coverage. Get a quick little pass over the middle. There is Carson Schwesinger with another little tackle here out of a zone coverage look from the double mug. Right, get back quickly. They're going to fake blitz there as well. Tackle once again. Is there one more play here we could break down? Okay, right here. Last one and they'll head out of here. I just want to do a quick breakdown on Carson Schwesinger. So let's watch this one. Again, handoff up the middle, engages with the interior defensive or offensive lineman. And look at the shed, man. Look at the shed. Look at this one more time, right? Engages, eyes on the back. Look at the eyes, okay? While he's engaged with his block, his eyes are on the running back. This is what I want to see, right? Rips off. I mean, while being blocked. While being blocked, he's extending that outside arm and getting an arm tackle. Whatever he can do, he's going to do. And I love Carson Schwesinger. I don't know why it took me so long to put out this video, but this is a guy that I am extremely high on, and I think he's going to be one hell of a player for the Cleveland Browns. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2 tomorrow. Peace.